Have you been submitting resumes but haven't been getting any calls for interviews? This is a common problem, but some small tweaks on your resume can make a world of difference. Stay tuned, and by the end of this video, you'll have 6 tips to get your resume noticed for all the right reasons. For the best job search and career advice, please hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Kelly, a career coach and professional development specialist. I've spent the last 2 decades mentoring job seekers through the application process. The 6 tips I'm going to share with you today have helped thousands of my clients get their resumes noticed by recruiters in 6 seconds or less, helping them advance to the interview stage and ultimately get the job. You might be wondering why I mention 6 seconds. Research shows that hiring managers reviewing resumes typically make a judgment within 6 seconds whether they will immediately put your resume in the discard pile or if they'll read further. If you don't impress someone reading your resume within 6 seconds, any hard work you've done to apply for that job has been wasted. Let's get started. Tip number 1, less is more. When I say less is more, that applies to several things. First of all, your resume should pretty much never be more than 2 pages. And if you're at the start of your career, 1 page is probably enough. If you do use 2 pages, fill up both pages with relevant information. Having half of the second page empty makes it look as if it's unfinished. Going along with the idea of less is more, tip number 2, make every word count. You don't want to be overly wordy or say things that don't add value. If you ramble on without providing significant detail, the recruiter will think you can't express yourself properly or that you haven't done anything notable. Also, don't repeat yourself. If you've had the same job at 3 different companies and your job duties were the same each time, don't just copy and paste the same thing over and over again. This leads us to tip number 3, focus on accomplishments and quantify details. Saying that you planned marketing campaigns for clients doesn't tell us very much. Instead, be specific and whenever possible, use numbers. Let's try this one on for size. Created social media marketing campaign for 6 corporate clients which generated $200,000 in revenue during the first quarter of 2020. This tells us how much money you made within a certain period of time. The recruiter knows you can juggle multiple accounts and that you're well versed in social media marketing. Tip number 4, list relevant and impressive skills. While hiring managers want to see your skills, don't waste real estate listing skills that are expected. Every university student should be able to use Microsoft Excel and Word because they have to on a daily basis for their classes. It would be a waste to mention it. Instead, focus on skills that add value and are not as predictable. Someone applying for an IT position probably doesn't need to bother mentioning that they can design websites in their skills section. In fact, this skill is probably already included within one of the job descriptions listed on that individual's resume. But if you're applying for a position with a small catering business, this might be a skill they could use. Maybe they were planning to outsource their website design, but if you list it on your resume, it might land you the job over other candidates. And don't be afraid to list a skill that seems a bit unrelated and unique. I speak Russian and I always list it on resumes. I've never used this in my professional career, but I always get asked about it in interviews because it's quite unusual. Sometimes it's that quirky little detail that catapults you to the next round. Now that you've heard my unique skill, I would love to hear yours. Comment below and share one or more of your impressive skills that would grab a recruiter's attention. Tip number 5, objectives are out, summaries are in. The first thing HR professionals focus on is the top third of the first page of your resume. Aside from your name, they want to know what value you can offer. Objectives focus on what you want from them. Instead, tell them what you can offer by giving a career profile or summary. This might be a few bullet points or a short paragraph, but it should highlight the potential value you can bring to the company. Finally, tip number 6, proofread, proofread, proofread. There is nothing so tragic as reading a resume or a cover letter or a LinkedIn profile that contains spelling mistakes or poor grammar. Be consistent with verb tense. If you are no longer in a job, use past tense verbs. A current job uses present tense because it's still happening right now. Make sure your formatting is consistent by using the same font style and size, and double check that your spacing is correct. There you have it. I hope these tips help you as you move forward with writing your resume and throughout your job search. If you are interested in more tips and tricks for writing winning resumes and getting recruiters' attention in 6 seconds, you can download a guide I've written in the description box below. Also, if you are interested in joining a community of job seekers like yourself, I have a Facebook group where I share advice related to all aspects of the job search process and career development. Join the Facebook group in the link below. If you like this video, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.